Hello again. Welcome to the 2017-18 Regents Chemistry season with Joel Monaco.
John Milks.
And
Millionaire.
there you go. Welcome to Chemistry Boot Camp. This is how we do our lectures so that you can have access to them anytime, any place, anywhere. Our first lecture of any unit is always
Themes, central questions, and what you're going to learn through the whole unit. You got to write it all down. Everything that you see flying on the screen in blue or red. Escribe, por favor, if you will.
in your unit pack. Okay, so unit pack starts 0. You're starting in like first page. So
Right.
how do we even do chemistry in our classes?
Right. Now, you don't got a big space in your packet for this, but notice I put 5 dots up, so there's going to be 5 things coming up.
Bingo. So
Right,
hit 'em up.
first one.
We got to first have to learn how to even do a unit of study.
Yeah, how do we do chemistry at either Edison or World of
We're
Inquiry?
chemists. We're very systematic. Learning how to do a unit, the first unit, the second unit, that's how we do all our units. So
Yeah, so first we figure out how to do it, and then we'll start getting into some major content. Then how we do lectures. How are you actually watching us right now? And what are you supposed to do while you watch it?
is it on YouTube? Is it on Edpuzzle? Is it on Google Classroom?
Right.
Where are you watching to get your lecture? Are you
Right.
actually hearing us?
Yeah, or are you bumping?
bumping tunes?
Ay, ay, ay.
No. Practice pages related to your homework lectures independently. Part of the scheme this year, and more than it's ever been, is if you want high grades, you have to take these lectures that we're giving you and try to do the practice material independently
Yes.
before you wait for us to guide you through it.
Right. Because that way, when we do meet in class, then we can start to fix the pieces that maybe you didn't get wrong or make the connections for you that you were having trouble with. But if you wait to do it all in class, then it's maybe wait too long.
I'm not trying to waste your time by teaching you something you already know.
That too.
And that's how you do it in the practice.
And then we're going to incorporate POGLs, and we're going to end all of our labs with a claim, evidence, and interpretation. That's a CEI. So if you're not familiar with what a POGL is yet, you will learn what it
For
is.
sure. It's kind of like a group class activity.
Yeah,
It's
mini
not
lesson.
hard. It's fun. Usually, it's very guided. You can handle it. Trust me, you can handle everything we do in this class.
Yes, I promise.
You can handle it, and especially once you learn how to do chemistry in my class, then the sky's the limit.
Yeah, and the pace can pick up. That's fun.
That's on you. You got to learn how to do Castle. Most of my students at Edison have learned how to do Castle before, to do online quizzes, create your own review quizzes, and get that critical 80% or better.
Yeah,
on
so the
class
mastery
quizzes.
level learning is a big deal.
Yep.
We don't all necessarily know how to make our own quizzes, so that's something we're going to help you with. So you know how to like study for yourself for all Regents tests, not just chemistry.
And that's going to be the separator in my class between kids who are getting B's and kids who are getting A's. If you're going above and beyond and really
Yeah.
achieving the standards, you're showing me that you can do your own Castle learning to review material, whether I tell you to or not. And that's going to translate into higher grades, better understanding, better performance in the long run.
Should I translate right there? Right. Standards, objectives. Standards.
Learning targets.
There are some.
You'll see that logo throughout the year. That tells you that you're about to hear and see and do something that's really important to Milks and I.
Right. So first one is I can define the specialized vocabulary of boot camp. There will be vocabulary with
Every unit, 20 items. Describe safe and unsafe laboratory behaviors.
Yeah,
Simple.
the do's and don't do's.
Yep.
I can interpret the correct units of measurement in science.
Yes, absolutely. You'll
We're
see that. in a little
definitely
bit.
English unit of measure, right?
Use measurement tools like graduated cylinders and digital balances. You got to know how to use them correctly with the right technique so you can get the right results and conclude your labs correctly.
Right. We want to minimize error.
Mhm.
And then I can tell the difference between accuracy and precision. 2 vocab words mean 2 different things to us.
Absolutely. Another calculation that you'll be doing a lot is a percent error. Oftentimes we'll want to know how close you were to what you were supposed to get. And that calculation is what comes into play every time.
Lots of practice on that. I can classify types of matter as elements, compounds, or mixtures. And more importantly, be able to draw a little diagram to represent them.
Yeah, that's critical to your understanding of chemistry is this particle nature of matter. And we use these diagrams in our heads all the time when we're talking chemistry, right? No,
Yeah, we
I
really
see
do.
particles. I can't help it. I do. And it comes from here. Man. So we also like to have fun, but carrying on.
And we need to be able to distinguish between physical and chemical properties of matter and physical and chemical changes.
They
We
are
will
different.
tell you about that later.
Very simple, very easy, but got to practice it to get it perfect. Identify simple techniques that can be used to separate mixtures of matter. A lot of what chemists do in real life is just simple separating matter. And there's many techniques that they use, but there's only 4 or 5 that we're actually going to talk about
Yeah,
this year.
some of them might show up, so we got to make sure we cover our
And
bases.
my students will do some of them, I hope.
Yeah, we'll see what I can get set up. But
Yeah.
I don't have a still for crying out loud.
No, you don't.
And we'll be able to calculate the volume and density, 8th grade science revisited, and predict if it will be able to float or sink.
Yeah, so that's like the end of the unit. These kind of go in order with our unit, so that's really simple and straightforward for you. Let's see what our assignments are going to be.
Ooh, there's a list of them.
Wait, Mr. Milks, you're telling me we've already figured out every assignment for every unit all year long?
We've actually got the whole year figured out.
We did, yes. We're extremely organized in this respect, which makes it possible for us, once you've shown us that you have met the standards, to let you go on faster and further, okay? And
Yes.
get real mastery, experience, and understanding. And before we end this video, I want to point out, it's only been about 7 minutes since we started talking. Watch this video again.
If you need to.
Watch it through once and don't write anything down. Watch it through a second time, pause it and write things down. Watch it through a third time if you've really got to get your understanding. And you're still only at about 20, 30 minutes of homework in a lecture, which is still a 30% off sale for a 45-minute lecture.
Right. And what we're really trying to focus on is you taking the time to think, do I have it or do I not have it?
Do I
'Cause
need
if
to
you
do
don't
this
have
again?
it, do it again. Like, you really need to answer that question for yourself honestly and own your education. This is the part where you're going to step up to the plate.
Don't engage with the material until you get it right. Engage with the material until you cannot get it wrong.
That's the saying.
That's
My
the
kids
secret.
heard today, and see, I didn't even
Right?
tell them to say it, right?
You don't shoot 3-pointers till you get one and quit. You shoot them
going.
until you can't miss.
Right.
Same is true for all your academic and schoolwork. And you have the benefit of this being recorded.
If Shaquille
Plausible.
O'Neal would have done that, he might have been able to
Rewindable.
have done free throws. But
Yeah, he just got one. He's like,
Yeah. For the sake of 8 minutes, peace out.
enjoy. Now I got to figure out how to turn this thing off. Oh, yeah, there's the button. It's been a few months, Milks. Give me a break.